Welcome to my channel. This is Virender Rajaut, and today we have a very special guest on our channel. We have Saurabh Chandel, who is a leading digital business coach in India. He is helping people to start the digital business. Let me introduce Saurabh in brief. He is a BTech graduate with 8 years of sales and marketing experience. He tried three different businesses, been in the digital marketing industry for long, and currently helping aspiring entrepreneurs to create a profitable online business. A very warm welcome, Saurav, to my channel.
Thank you, Virenji. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
Saurav, my first question to you: what exactly is a digital entrepreneur? And in fact, we would like to know in detail about this from you.
Sure, Virenji. I would say that digital entrepreneur means creating business and doing business over internet, where you don't need much physical spaces and you can manage all your business through internet. Okay, and the good part with being a digital entrepreneur comes is that you are actually location free. You can do your business from anywhere in the world. So that is a basic idea about being a digital entrepreneur. So I'm going to explain to you that what are the different kinds of business people can do over internet. Okay. So the first business I would say that it's very famous, and that is e-commerce. So this is very famous and very widely known as online business option, and many people have been doing this, So where you have to sell stuff online. Either you have your own, e-com store, or you are using the platforms like Amazon, Flipkart, etc. But the basic purpose is that you sell your stuff online. Okay. And these days you must have seen that people are, very comfortable buying things online because they can be anywhere, and with the robust delivery services available out there, like Amazon and Flipkart are delivering everywhere, so people have accepted this way of purchasing, and this kind of business, e-commerce business, is really very good option for any digital entrepreneur. Okay, so that is first kind of business I would say. Then next business, now second business which is very popular and very profitable, I would say, that is running a agency, a digital marketing agency. See, with the revolution of this digital era, there are a lot of technological skills which are needed for so many business owners, and not everybody is good with that, right? Most of the companies you will see that they have their own digital marketing department where they are actually taking care of their marketing part. So the point here I want to mention is that these skills like social media marketing, generating traffic through Facebook and Google ads, graphic designing, copywriting, all these skills are really useful and needed in the market. And if you are having your own digital marketing agency, that could be a really great option as being a digital entrepreneur. And let me tell you, this need of digital marketing, it's growing every single day. So there is no discussion about there are already many people doing and whether there is a potential or not. There is huge potential, and it will grow with the time. So that is the next kind of business, while if you are planning to be a digital entrepreneur. Then third kind of business, let me tell you, and that is about being an influencer. So this
Okay.
is a category which is also very famous. So what happens, people establish themselves as a personal brand, as an influencer over internet, like using the YouTube or Instagram or any other platform, social media platform. So they are influencer mean he has a very good subscriber base, a lot of people follow him and they actually listen to him. Okay, so what happens that in this kind of business, there are two kinds of income stream. So one is that whatever platform they are using, that platform is actually monetizing their follower base, and they are actually compensating them with the money. And the second income is, I would say, that there are a lot of brands, they utilize these influencers in their marketing campaign, and they endorse them. And when
Right.
these influencers endorse them, they actually get a lot of money from that part also. So this is also one of the very good option if you are looking forward to being a digital entrepreneur, generating money over internet. And next and last, I would say, and this one has become really very popular recently, and this I called, creating a knowledge business over internet.
Okay.
And here I would say that any, good teacher, trainer, or any expert in any subject matter, he can actually create a business around his expertise where he can start coaching people online. Okay. Now, this teaching and coaching is not very new, but what is new is that leveraging the technology for the teaching part. So in a physical world, if you are training and coaching, if you are teaching, you do not have that much kind of reach to the market. But here with the technology, if you are really good at something, if you can really solve someone problem with your knowledge and skills, there is huge potential. Like, crores of people are out there. And if you can really understand your target market, if you can really create good product which can really solve someone problem, there is no limit to it. And the best part about this business is that you actually do not need, stock and other things which you generally need in any kind of other business. Just by leveraging technology, just with your knowledge and your expertise, you can actually create a very good profitable business. So this is, Virenji, I have actually categorized, being a digital entrepreneur in four different categories, and most of the business you will find they will fit into one of these categories.
Correct, correct.
Yeah,
Thank you, Saurav. Thank you. That's great. In fact, it reminds me that India is a huge market for us. For the knowledge business, India is a huge market. Since we have, 140 billion people in India, right?
definitely,
And
definitely.
definitely knowledge business is something which will definitely grow in future, and that is the future, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
As I told you, it has become popular recently, but it's growing like crazy. People have
Crazy,
no
correct.
idea, and people who are leveraging this in, this present situation, they are going to, I mean, they are going to build their business like no other business. I'm telling you.
Definitely, definitely. I think they will get the first mover advantage, which is
Exactly,
called in the business language. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, Saurabh. So next question to for you is what inspired you to become a digital coach, and what is your experience so far?
So, Virenji, I would say that, since the starting of my career, I had this kind of dream that I want to really do something for myself. I want to create a business for myself. And that drive, it has, I have tried three different business because I wanted to create a business for myself. But let me tell you, when you are not having a very good financial backup, or you do not come from a family background, it is very difficult to create a business for yourself because there are so many resistances, you know family resistance. Then you do not have that kind of knowledge what you need. And also sometimes what happens, whatever knowledge you are gaining through free media, YouTube and internet, sometimes what happens that that is not structured, and that do not provide a very clear pathway. So what happened in the starting phase of my journey, that I tried, as I told you, three different business, but I failed in them. And when I boil down the reasons why it actually happened, it actually comes down to, few essential things. And one of the essential thing was that I did not learn about how to do business, what kind of business we should do, what are the different elements of the business, and how to actually create a good profitable business. So I did not learn about it. I just directly went with the confidence and with whatever idea I had about business. Okay. So that was the one main reason. And when I look back into my journey, so I struggled a lot about this about around this business knowledge. So when finally, after trying out so many things, when I understood that it's not working for me, then I surrendered to, my mentor. And when I surrendered to him, when I learned all of these things, all of these concepts, then I actually came to know that there are so many mistakes that I did during my business journey. And I can see that there are a lot of people just like me who have a dream of creating a business. And by the way, creating a business is not something very difficult if you just know the right things. So that is where I got interested, that I really want to help people just like me, who have a dream of doing something, who have a dream of creating a business, but they are somewhere struggling because they do not have that proper structured knowledge, a proper structured path to follow. And that is where I really wanted to help these people. And that is where I actually became the business coach, the digital business coach. And let me tell you one more thing. So when I started my business journey, so what happened, I tried, as I told you, different things. So I was doing it with a traditional business mindset. Okay. And doing a traditional business, it actually, need a lot of investments, infrastructure, employees, stock, and so many different things which you actually need when you are trying to, even experiment any business. But what happens with the technology, with this digital revolution, there are so many options available where you can experiment, you can learn, and you can start. See, the biggest thing which I feel that in any entrepreneurial journey is that when you want to start, there are so many roadblocks and you are not able to start and generate few results. Because if you generate few results, then it will give you that drive to go ahead, do more and then generate more results. But those initial few months or 6 months, I would say, where you have to put in all the hard work and you have to generate those results, those months become really difficult. So that is where I understood that the way forward to fulfilling your dreams, to create a very good business, is through using technology, through digital platforms, and having that right kind of business mindset, having that right kind of business knowledge, so that you do not have those initial roadblocks which generally everyone will face if he is not learning about it, if he is not going through with a structured path. So that was my journey, Virenji, where I really faced a lot of difficulties doing something for for myself. And then it really, it has really given me a passion that I really want to help such kind of people who want to build a business for themselves. So that
Right.
is how my business journey started.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Very rightly said. In fact, I'm totally in agreement with you that in the start, it is very very difficult. It seems to be very very difficult,
Right.
right? But in and probably in the middle, it is a complete mess. So probably you will think that why I am here, why I'm doing this, and
Right.
in the end, definitely it will be a bliss. It will be a bliss.
Right.
But the point here is you should start and you should stick to it. I
Right.
think that is very very important.
Rightly mentioned, Virenji.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Saurabh, who can start this knowledge business and how do you help your clients develop their digital skills and competences?
So I would say, Virenji, that if anybody has a will to do something, to create something for himself, then he can actually start this business. As I have experienced and I have seen that everybody has some essential knowledge which is needed and useful. The only problem is that they do not know that how to present this knowledge in a unique way, so that they can attract the right kind of audience towards them, and then how they can monetize that skill. So that is the part where they lack few skills, but everybody has some knowledge which is really useful in the market. Okay. So I would say that everybody has that kind of potential. The only thing is they need to learn few skills so that they can monetize their potential. And that is where I help my students with. Okay. There are few very high paying skills which I teach them, and one of them is video making skill. So I initially, in the initial phase of their journey, I help them to master the video making skill, and then how they can market through videos, and then how they can build influence with the help of videos, and then at the end they can monetize their skill and they can sell their products, digital or live coaching, or there are different kinds of products they can create and they can sell. So this is the kind of structure, I would say, that first they will learn these video making skills, video marketing skills, then they will build their influence, and then for the right kind of audience, they will offer their product, and definitely when people, when your product is solving somebody problem, he's actually ready to take it. And this phenomena, this online, learning online, it is also really growing like crazy. I have myself learned a lot of things online, and there are so many people, they are ready to invest in online learning. There are few reasons for that, because see, if you in a physical space, if you want to go and learn something, you need to be present in that city. Then you have to travel every day, and you need to go to, your teacher or trainer, whoever it is. But with this technology, with this digital revolution, you can actually be present at your home and you can learn from anywhere. So this is not a very small thing. Let me, tell you, Virenji, this is really a great thing, because when there is someone out there who really want to learn, and he's getting that knowledge from the comfort of his home, and then also it's kind of economical, because for the person who is sharing his knowledge, there is a huge audience. So there is always a very economical, products available, knowledge available, and it becomes really a great boon for the people who really want to grow and do something in their life. So
Right.
that is where, it becomes so important that anybody who has a will to do something in his life, actually he can learn these essential skills, and he can really do great in terms of creating a business. So
Okay.
that is what, yeah, my take on that.
Great, great. But it also now remind me, and I'm sure most of us will be having this question. If somebody is not aware of his niche, okay, or passion, right? What exactly he wants to do, then what is the way out for it?
Yeah. So niche is basically a micro topic, which, if you are starting your journey, you must decide for yourself if you really want to go fast in your knowledge business journey. Because this internet is like a big ocean, and there are so many things available out there. And your niche or your specialized, topic is a kind of island, a small island, which will attract a unique kind of audience based on the interest. So that is why, as you rightly said, that finding out your niche or finding out your unique positioning, it becomes really very important. And yeah, that is a very essential part of your digital business journey. And I also help my clients, in the initial phase of their journey, I help them to understand and identify their niche. Okay. So yes, as you said, it becomes really important, and I also help them, to identify their niche based on their interest and their passion. But I would say generally there are so many different topics available. Okay. Initially, I would like to categorize into two different, categories, and one is your, I would say that traditional education subjects. So now there are, a lot of teachers and there are a lot of students, they are going through their learning of subjects also with this internet, okay, through this internet. And so if you are any subject matter expert, and if you are helping any, students in that, from 6th to up to 12th or graduation level students, if you are helping them with any subjects, that is one separate category of, students and teachers. But there is a whole different category of life skills. See, I have personally experienced, and I think you will also agree, that the real education starts once you are, start with your job or with your career.
Once
That
you are
is
out
where,
of your school, once you are out of your school, right?
exactly, once you are out of your school,
Correct,
that, the only job for that education was to take you to a level where you start with your job, but then your real education starts.
correct,
And that is where you realize that there are so many things, so many different skills you have to learn, so that you can grow in your, career, in your business. And there are different aspects of our life which are not basically covered in your traditional education system, like how to be healthy. The health part is completely missing. How to manage your relationships, there is nobody talks about that, in your education system, and that is a very essential part of your overall life. So, and hobbies, passion, they are called, extracurricular activities. So if you
right.
have some extra time, you give your time to that, otherwise no.
No.
But with more and more research, with more and more, data coming up, it has actually, revealed these all secrets, that if you really want to have a good, a good overall, a good, happy, and comfortable life, you need to manage your every aspect of your life. So that is where these life skills really come into play, that you actually need to learn a lot of things if you want to grow in your career, if you want to grow in your business, if you really want to have good relationships, if you really want to be healthy, if you really want to follow your passion, or you want to build your hobbies. So there are so many different sectors of your life which are actually not covered, and you realize at a certain part of your life that you actually need all of them. And that is where these life skills are, so important. And that is where this, I would say that finding your passion and topic and finding your niche becomes very important, because you can choose any of these things. There are like thousands of people, lakhs of people are, lacking in one of those sectors in their life. You can choose based on your interest, that what are your expertise and how you can help those people, and then you can choose that particular target market, and you can really go with it. And every niche is very, profitable, I would say, because now our country, it's growing. There is a good buying capacity with the people are ready to spend, people are ready to learn. So the only thing is, if you can find that particular, passion area of yours, where you can solve somebody's problem with your knowledge, and you are good to go.
Great, 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 Saurav. In fact, it reminds me that God has given you at least one gift, not one gift, many gifts. Everybody is
Right.
having many gifts with him,
Right.
wherein he is very good at those particular gifts. So he can utilize those gifts to educate the others, and in turn, he can become a digital entrepreneur, right?
Yes, yes, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now this comes to the another question which I have is, what are some of the digital skills that you think are essential for success in today's market?
Okay, so that's a great question, Virenji. So I would say that, I will describe this digital business journey in three steps. Okay. So the first step is, you need to learn a high paying skill. Okay, that is the first step. You need to learn that high paying skill. Now I would mention few of the high paying skills in the, digital market these days. One of them is making videos. Making videos is a very powerful and high paying skill.
Correct.
Then generating traffic, that is a very high paying skill these days. Okay. Then, if you are very good with creating sales funnels, that is a very high paying skill. And if you have selling skill, like one to one or one to many closing skills, selling and closing skills, that is also one of the very high paying skill. So I would say that first step is to learn one of these high paying skill. And learning a skill does not require a lot of investment or anything. You just, need to invest in your learning, and you need to give your time and effort. Okay, that is the first step. Once you have learned that high paying skill, now what you have to do is, you need to create a strategy where you can, where you create a scalable business strategy. And why I'm telling you is, because sometimes what happens, people, learn a high paying skill, and then they start generating some results. So what happens, they start trading time with the money. Okay. But in business, if you only trade time with the money, then you have a limited time, right? We all have limited time in a day. So there is a limit where you will hit with your business if you are only trading time with the money. So what you have to do is, you need to look at options where you can scale it without your time involvement. There are certain strategies which I share with my students, and I help them create a marketing plan, business plan, where there is a scalable business. But I really want to, our audience to understand that you need to have in your mind that you always need to look at, from the starting, that you need to have a scalable business. Okay. So the basic funda is that you do not have to trade time for money. You create a product, or automations and other things, where you are actually independent, and you can scale your business. And then comes the third step, and there is, I call it, high return on investment.
Okay.
Here what happens, once you have learned that skill, Once you have experimented and you have generated few results, and you are ready with your business plan where you are scaling your business independently without your time commitment all the time, then you put investment, you put marketing budget, you put ad budget, and all these extra resources so that you can get high returns on your investment. And that is the time, at this step, your business actually become a very profitable online business, where you are not putting all your time there, but it's actually generating a lot of money 24/7 for you. So these are the three steps how you will actually create a profitable business for yourself.
Right, right. That's great, Saurav. In fact, guys, if you want to learn how to create impactful videos, okay, if you want to learn how to create impactful videos, then Saurav can definitely help you. Saurav has a specialized course on it, and he trained people how to create impactful and very good videos. If you definitely want to learn, you can definitely get in touch with Saurav. I will definitely put his details in the description box, and you can get in touch with Saurav. Right, Saurav?
Yes, yes, yeah. And I
Okay,
would really, that is my recommendation. See, in today's world, I'm telling you, videos are the future. Videos has
correct.
already, I would say that they are dominating the market, but they are even going to dominate more in the future. So videos are the future. And if you really want to do something in the digital space, you must learn how to make good, impactful videos. So, and yeah, as Virenji rightly mentioned, I have a specialized course for it, and I can really help you to master this skill. Okay, so
Right.
if you are interested, you will find the details in the description.
Okay. Saurav, what advice would you like to give to someone who is just starting to develop the digital skills?
Yeah, so I would say that with this digital revolution, so obviously we have discussed so much that what is the kind of potential out there. But whenever someone is starting, they had this doubt that where to start. you know so I have already answered a part of it in my in last question, that they had to start at the first step, and that is learning the high paying skill. And I have already explained about that. So that is one thing that you have to learn. But you need to have a business mindset. Let me tell you about mindset for a few minutes, because what happens in our society, most of the education is revolving around getting a job, and our parents and most of the people, they are also focused like that. Okay, so not many people encourage the business mindset. And that is why what happens, we do not have actually business mindset. But now we are looking at all these people earning a lot of money, so we want to start our business. But before doing that, let me tell you that building a business mindset is very, very important. Okay, and mindset will not happen just by yourself. So the first step I'm going to tell you, and you must follow, you should not do the mistakes like like me or like so many other people. They just go with the confidence, but they do not generate results. I did all these mistakes myself. Okay, so and that is why I'm telling you, the first step is find a mentor. First step, see, finding a mentor, if you really find a person who you resonate with, you just need to surrender to him, listen to him completely, follow him 100%, follow every instructions of him. Okay, because following a right mentor will save you a lot of your time, money, and energy, I'm telling you. If you will take like 2 years to figure out something by yourself, your mentor can help you to figure it out in 3 months. That
Right,
is the kind of impact your mentor can have in your life. So
right.
always remember, the first step towards any journey is to find a mentor. Okay, then surrender to him, follow one process for enough time. See, there is no point focusing on multiple things and not generating results from anywhere. Okay, and creating a business, it is actually like digging a well from where you can keep taking out the money as a resource like forever. Okay, so if you really want to dig a well deeper, you need to give a lot of time and effort at one place. You cannot keep digging at multiple places and then you expect to generate results. That is not going to happen. So you have to give you need to have a long term strategy. You need to give your time, money, and efforts into that one thing which you have decided for a long, enough time. Not, don't be distracted by so many things, because see, with everything, when there is good, there is also some, pros and cons, as you know. So when this digital revolution is going on, so there are so many things bombarding on you every day. There's so many marketing messages, so many products, so many new things coming out, so it becomes even more important that you should know that where to focus, and then you should also know where not to focus. That is also one of the very important step when you are going through this journey. Okay, because most of the people, they get distracted and they lose their focus, and then they just never generate results. So I would summarize it that find a mentor, surrender to him, have a long term strategy, focus on it for a long enough period of time. Value your time. Your time is important. Don't be distracted with, so many shiny things out there. Just focus on the things which you have really, finalized for yourself. And then, obviously, when you do it for a obviously when you do it consistently for a long period of time, things will generate good results. And if you are following a mentor, definitely, results are definitely going to happen for you. Okay.
Right, right. Okay, Saurav, now, do you think our current education system is preparing our generation future ready or not?
So I'm really very doubtful on that. And what I have seen, and I have also personally experienced, that our current education system is actually making students suffer. It's not making them, learn in a fun way, or they are not helping our students to, become a thinking student, to grow their mind. So the basic purpose of the education is to, to expand the horizon of the students, so that they can see different opportunities in their life, and they can really go ahead and grab them. Instead, what our education system is doing it, that they are actually very much focused and to, just one thing, that is to prepare them to get a job. Okay.
Right,
And most of the students I have seen, they actually go through all these education just, as a very punishment kind of thing. They don't really enjoy this process. And that is one thing which is really, creating a lot of harm for our society. Because what happens, that is my personal experience also, and I have discussed with so many people, when they go through the education like it's a punishment, so what happens, they develop a negative kind of attitude towards learning. Okay. And then towards the next phase of their career, when they actually need to learn a lot of things, they do not go they do not want to go into that learning phase, because they have literally hated that kind of thing. Okay. So it becomes really even more challenging for a, for a person, for an adult person, to go into again into that learning attitude. And the problem is, and the problem starts with that our education system itself. And also one more thing, if you realize, our whole education system is actually focused around memorization. How much things you can memorize, and you can write down in your exams. But the question which comes to my mind is that, with the kind of revolution we are going through, and with the kind of information which is available at every fingertip, in your mobile you have more information than any PhD holder can ever learn. Okay.
correct.
So, what kind of relevance it has in today's world? Maybe it was relevant 50 years ago, 30 years ago, when information was not this much available. But what is the relevance today? I don't find any relevance. People are spending their, premium 15 years, 18 years of their time learning those things which they are never actually going to use. When they come into the battlefield, when they come, into their job and business and other things, then they realize that there is a lot more to learn, and most of the things what they have learned is not very useful. So I really doubt that our education system is catering to the needs of the future.
Right,
We are not making them future ready. And as I told you, we are having a negative impact on them, as they are, going away from the learning attitude.
right,
So it's even creating a negative impact. And one of the even more important thing which I have seen is that what is missing is that values. See, our education system is also missing values. What When I read through my history, so there were a lot of values and philosophies were integrated into our education system, and which were helping the generation to build their character in a certain way. But now the education is just a means of getting job, so the values are completely missing, and without values we actually cannot build a good character, and without a good character we cannot build a good society. And that is why when we see that there are so many different things going out of the way, people. And if you look at the scenario after COVID, it has actually exposed our education system even a more.
Right.
I mean, students, not finding any values, any drive in themselves for doing anything, doing suicide. They do not finding any purpose, any passion in their life. I mean, young generation behaving like this, it's actually not a good indication, according to me.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And I also believe that in current scenarios, actually one does not have to study for 15 years to be ready to generate money. I mean, if really we just want to make them skilled so that they can make money, I would say 3 years is a good amount of time. They can learn any good skill and they can start generating money. So that time period also, they are wasting a lot of their premium time. That is the time when their brains are getting developed. That is the time they are very focused. They have a lot of energy, and they have a lot of passion to do something in their life. And that is the time when they are wasting it on memorizing a lot of unnecessary things. It just uh, it just as I told you, it creates a lot of doubt that whether we are going in the right direction in terms of education or not.
I
But
totally agree. I totally agree. Our education system is, I think, completely broken, and that needs to be renewed. And a new, fresh, lease of life is required in our education system.
exactly. And that is why I think that this kind of education model which are evolving with the time, they are actually very important in these days, because our education system is not fulfilling the needs. That is where this new demand is increasing, that we need new people, new leaders, new teachers who are actually sharing the practical skills, life skills, which are going to help them, and then so that they can become successful and find meaning in their life.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree with you. Now, in case somebody wants to start a digital business today, okay, and so what are the primary steps, and how can they connect with you?
Yeah, so I'm going to share my appointment link here in the description.
Okay.
They can directly connect with me. I'm also sharing my YouTube link and other social media links, so they can be connected with me. I'm sharing very useful and important information on a weekly basis, so they can learn a lot of things. And then also, as I told you, they can directly connect with me, and we'll definitely figure out a way how they can start their journey.
Right. Okay, that's great. So, guys, if you want to start your digital, knowledge business today, then definitely you should get in touch with Saurav, and Saurav can definitely help you with it. Saurav is a mentor who will definitely cut short your journey by many months, many years. Okay. Now, Saurav, why one should opt for a digital business instead of a traditional business? There are so many traditional business which are going on, which are there, for many ages. So why, one should opt for a digital business instead of, a traditional business?
So I would say, Virenji, that traditional business actually needs a lot of investment. Okay, you need
Okay.
infrastructure, you need employees, you need stock, and many other resources to start and try out any business. You know, and in business there is no guarantee that the first business which you try it will be successful only. So what happens that traditional business, it does not give a lot of opportunities for people who do not have much financial backup. So then the only option they have is to go for a job. But technology and this digital era, it provides a lot of options to try different things and to start their business journey. As I always mention, business is always like a journey. So initially you will hit few roadblocks. Maybe your first idea or a second idea does not succeed. But if you are not investing very huge, and if you are just doing it in your, extra time, and you are experimenting in those extra time with some amount, then it becomes easy for you to find that one working idea so that you can invest more and you can then create your profitable business. So as I told you, these traditional methods, they actually limit, they actually do not provide that kind of opportunities for a person who does not have much financial capacity to experiment on so many different things. And also, one more thing, traditional business actually comes with that mindset where, you know, uh, I would say that they do not adopt technology. Okay, so if you are also someone who is not looking at the technology as the futuristic thing, then also you are going to lose a whole amount of business. Even today there are a lot of people who are not, is still utilizing the technology. They are doing the things old way. But again, the same thing will happen with them, that slowly the internet related or the technology oriented businesses will take them, and things will not be the same as it has already evolved from that
Right,
phase.
right.
Yeah.
So I totally, in sync with you. And guys, traditional business are traditional and they will be traditional. Okay, in some time they
Right.
will be obsolete, and the new way of doing business is there, which will stay with us for coming, coming at least for 4 to 5 decades. Okay, in coming 4 to 5 decades, the everything will be changed. And
Right.
if you want to start your online business today, if you have not started, you should start. Identify your passion, identify your niche, and start it. And look for a mentor like Saurabh, okay, who can cut short your learning curve, your learning journey, right? And that will definitely help. So Saurabh, thank you for joining my channel, coming to my channel, and it was a very fruitful discussion with you. So guys, stay tuned and subscribe, like, and share this channel with others. And we will meet you next soon. Thank you. Goodbye.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Virenji.